So guys, I'm here at the Mount Royal Hotel waiting for our open top tour. So welcome to my channel.
Picking up from here
Every
day now.
Okay.
Summer.
Yep.
And yeah, this is the Mount Royal Hotel.
So that's Antoinette, the front office manager. I'm going to have a tour with her and also with Nadia. We're going to ride in this 1930s inspired bus. So let's hop in. So it will be only.
We'll be referencing these a couple times. There's some cool little pictures in there. There's a little bit of visual reference.
Thank you.
Yeah, so real quick, I'll tell you about the vehicle. It's pretty cool. It's kind of it's a recreation of the 1930s themed bus. And so back in the day, you'd get to Banff via railway, kind of the only way to get here. And you'd be greeted by two younger boys, so 10 and 12. They were quite young. They greet you on horseback, and they take you in the outback, all on horseback. And I'm sure you can imagine at that age, like they basically started their own business after 10 years old. So they started off pretty small, just horses. And they upgraded to tally boats, which are like 6-horse carriages, take about 8 people at a time. And by the end of it, they had about 60 horses. You can imagine, it's pretty stinky with that many horses in the area. And that was just their horses, let alone everybody else's horses. But as technology evolved, they were able to trade in hooves for wheels. This was what the first tour bus would be. Really complete with the whole open top and everything. Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, we took that, we recreated it. Yeah, sweet. Now you guys feel free. Let's get you guys in here.
We're going.
You guys don't want to sit in
Ito po ang kasama ko ngayong araw na to.
And we're gonna start the tour now.
We're gonna start our tour now. So
likely scenario of an emergency. There's several emergency exits. So we have to your left, we've got those black bars. So you pop those up and push it out. They're a little bit sensitive, so just don't fool around with them unless it's absolutely necessary. We also have the roof is an exit as well, because we don't have the glass panels in. First aid kit in the back, fire extinguisher in the front here, and My name's Eden. I'm going to be doing the commentary today. I'll be your chauffeur on this adventure, and April she's going to be your driver today. Nice to meet all of you. We're going to be able to take advantage of the open top on several occasions. So the phrase we use to let you know that you're able to unbuckle and pop your heads up is raise the roof. If you ever hear me say that, that's a chance for you to do that, showing that we're stopped completely and that there's no traffic behind us. And then making sure that when I say park it, that you guys sit down and strap your seatbelts in. Keep your seatbelts on at all times. It's very important while we're moving. Yeah, you'll notice they're just on your right there if you want to strap in. A lot of the history, we're going to be going, there's a 1930s theme, so we're going to be talking about a lot of historical moments in the 1930s and people. We're ready to kind of dust out. And let's give that a practice right now. If you guys want to give me a good old hoka hey.
Hoka
Hey, fantastic. Alright, so yeah, let's get our tour started.
Yeah.
So guys, we have an exclusive tour today. Only the three of us. Yay! Nakakatuwa naman to. Feeling ka ako may-ari ng Pursuit joke.
Really cool little museum. When it is open, there's all sorts of First Nation exhibits and art exhibits. But the significance of these buildings, they all kind of have their own little story. Now feel free to raise the roof if you guys want to pop your noggins up and out. The cabin I want to show you specifically. Yeah, that brown cabin at the back there behind the red one. That's actually one of Bill Peter's cabin. It was an old tack cabin. And so is the Bow River named after the French word beau, as in beautiful, because it's such a beautiful area? Is it named after beau, your beau or your betrothed, because it's such a romantic area? Or is it named because of the First Nations and how they used to come to frequent this river and collect the reeds and the saplings and use it to make their bows and arrows? So raise your hand if you think it's A.
I think it's A. Just guessing.
Raise your hand if you think it's B.
I'm
Any B's?
C. I'm for C.
I'm C.
C.
C, very well done. Yes.
Say hi.
You got your picture? Boogie boogie, hook ahead. Between kind of this valley to the right here, I'm not sure if the tree's kind of blocking it, there's that hotel there. That's the Rimrock Hotel. So it's one of the 2 5-star hotels in Banff. And that's got a funny story as well. So if you've ever been on the ground floor, you'll notice you're on the 7th floor. And that's because there is a town bylaw in Banff, basically states you can't build higher than 3 stories. But the way they got around it was they built 6 basements. So you'll walk in and you'll be on the 7th floor. That's because they've got 6 basements that kind of go down the side of the mountain. Alright, so what's that phrase I taught you guys? Do you remember?
Okay.
Okay! Let's do it. Boogie boogie. With Vermilion Lakes. If you kind of look, you can kind of see it through this here. There's 2 red roofs. Have you ever been to the Cave Basin?
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, it's the hot springs there, and it's actually where Banff got its kind of start.
Yeah.
It originated Cave Basin. Yeah, it was like 3 guys who were railroad workers, and they hung out for the winter to do some panhandling, and they got wind of these hot springs in these locations. And you gotta imagine back then, you wouldn't have showered for years. Alright, so this is the last official look at of the tour. So getting a chance to climb the mountains up again once we stop safely. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about the First Nations and how important they are historically to Banff. Wave. Alright, yeah, feel free to raise the roof if you're feeling so inclined. So I'll turn around so I can look at you guys. Beautiful faces. So I mentioned earlier the Cave-in Basin and how railroad workers kind of rediscovered the hot springs, and emphasis on the word rediscovered because the First Nations have been coming to that area for quite a long time already. And it's quite cool actually. They've done some pretty significant archaeological digs around this area, and they found in the Cave-in Basin, kind of where the parking lot is, they found what used to be a butchery site actually. So they used to, back in the day when the buffalo would kind of roam this area, that's what brought the First Nations to kind of this land, being the nomadic people they are. And so they found, an area where all these bones of animals that they had used, and as you probably know, the First Nations are pretty renowned for using every part of the body. So they'd use the bones for buttons and toggles, and they'd use the meat and they preserve it, and the animal fat to serve the purpose as well. And then they use the pelts for their blankets and their clothing. And one really cool thing they used to do, and it's also really good too, there's another little dig site that they did at the bottom of Norquay as well, and they found all these crazy tools and that were made out of materials that are originally from this area. So basically they were able to come to the conclusion that how vast the First Nations trade networks really were. Like there was stuff that it was continent, like all over the continent basically. And one really cool thing they used to do with the buffalo horns is they'd hollow it out and they'd put embers in it and then cover it with a piece of hide. And they tie it to their waistband, and when they're moving from camp to camp, they'd bring the embers to the next camp and kind of use it as like a makeshift lighter basically, back when lighters didn't exist. And so the First Nations really had a significant kind of connection with Mother Nature, especially the women, and they talk about the heartbeat of nature being super important to their culture. And this might stem from the fact that the women with the babies in their wombs would feel the heartbeat inside them. They wanted to gift this to the men, and the way they did this was with a drum, a sacred drum, and they took it very seriously. And the drum symbolized the four elements, so emotionality, physicality, mentality, and spirituality. So all the alities. And I'm gonna play a cool song for you guys.
the tour. How's your tour?
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I hope you enjoy, guys.
Where are you guys working again?
This is Israel.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's so nice.
What's your name again?
Eden. Nice to meet you.
What can you say about the tour?
Which one?
What's your
Oh, I love the tour.
You love
It's
the tour?
worth it. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. So come everyone and do the tour. We get to know a little bit more of Banff, as they say.
So we just finished our open top touring. As you see, we rode in that 1930s vintage inspired coach transport that brought us to an entirely different era, complete with in-character guides. They're so nice, guys. You have to experience it. They're wearing period costumes. So if it's your first time in Banff, I highly recommend open top touring. So it offers perfect introduction to many impressive sites in Banff. It's also a great way to familiarize yourself with the area and uncover what is happening in town during your stay. So the adventure offers plenty of excitement and thought-provoking legends. It's also a very nice journey for returning visitors. So it's a 90 minutes tour, and in that time period, like in that duration, you will learn about fascinating history of the area, about the local indigenous culture, and the great adventure seekers from way back. You'll see their lasting imprints that shapes the town of Banff. Aside from that, you'll see well, it's kind of breath in the fresh air from you looking around the mountain, and then you're gazing at an epic natural attraction surrounding. So if you're planning to go to Banff, book your open top tour now, and then that's it. Start your itinerary for your Banff getaway. All right, so for more information, you can visit their website, Banff Jasper Collection, and also don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification for my YouTube channel. So thank you, guys. Thanks, and have a wonderful day.